Jai Hind student. Today I'm going to deal with the last topic of class 10th history, chapter number 1, the rise of nationalism in Europe. And the topic is nationalism and imperialism, which is in book on page number 26 and 27. So, nationalism and imperialism. During 19th century, nationalism concept no longer retained as a idealistic liberal democratic concept, because somehow the nations which become the kingdoms and dynasties which become nation state, very soon they started changing their attitudes to increase or to strengthen their powers in term of trade, in term of creating new colonies, in term of other resources to gather for their country. So here, nationalism we understood, but now we are trying to understood word imperialism. As I've mentioned in bracket, imperialism is just the meaning of colonialism. You all have studied in 8th class about colonialism. When a powerful country subjugated the resources, financial, economical, and political resources of a less powerful country, then the concept of colonialism or imperialism rises up. So, in this topic, we are going to study how the European nationalism combined with the imperialism or colonialism within the whole world converted into the First World War in 1940. Means European nationalist powers like Britain, Germany, France, Austria Hungary, Russia. Very soon, coming up to 1914, for their nationalism concept to increase the power and strength of their country, nation, they'll fight amongst each other to control each other's colonies. And in this manner, we came to understand about Balkan state. The major European powers for their own imperialistic aim, they manipulated the nationalist aspirations of the Balkan people in the Europe. So when I talk about Balkan state, first of all we have to see this map. As the topic says, Balkan states in southern Europe. So if you can see in the western side, France, northern side, Great Britain, Central Europe, Germany. Please see in the map, Austria Hungary. And if you all can see on the map, Southern Europe, where you can see Italy. And very next of Italy, you can see so many small states. Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, Albania, Greece, Montenegro, Algeria. These were the areas known as Balkan state. Now, today, these are the free independent nations or countries. But at that moment, these Balkan states were under the control of Ottoman Emperor. Since from 15th century, Ottoman emperors were controlling these Balkan areas. Each Balkan region had its own geographical and ethnic variations. So when we talk about geographical and ethnic variation within a country, you all can very much understand if I'm going to compare this term with the India. India had a geographical diversity. One hand, northern side, temperate region, cold desert. Another hand, western side, hot desert. Below, southern side, coastal areas. And in eastern side, tropical deciduous or central side tropical deciduous kind of temperature vegetation. So similarly, and each and every area has its own language form in India, has its own dress code, folklore, trend, culture, and tradition. So similarly, southern areas of Balkans, which means Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro. These areas were called as Balkan states. And these areas, these regions having a different geographical and ethnic areas. In these areas, inhabitants, those who were living there, they were broadly known as Slavs. Balkans were under the control of Ottoman Empire since from 15th century. One country, a nation state which became nation state in 1832, that was Greece. So already during the time when First World War happened, Greece became the nation state with the help of France. We studied this through the Treaty of Constantinople. Greece became an independent nation with the help of France. So similarly, Balkan states were under the control of Ottoman Emperor, and the regular acceptance, compelled acceptance was there from by the side of the Ottoman Emperor, which now Balkan states were not ready to accept. And the kind of disintegration between these two, Ottoman Emperor and his own colony area, that was Balkan, created this region a very explosive. Maybe Ottoman Emperor had introduced so many reforms, internal reforms to modernize laws and effects, but still these all were ineffective. Why? Because Balkan wanted to seize their freedom from Ottoman Emperor, as one by one nationalities broke away from its control and declared independence. It compelled Ottoman Emperor to sign some tactful diplomatic treaties with Austria, Hungary, and Germany. My dear student, if you all remember last year's second chapter, Socialism in Russia, in that we have studied about Feb Revolution, and the causes of Feb Revolution was First World War. So, if you all can recollect your memory, you very well know about the First World War. So Ottoman Emperor had signed the tactful diplomatic treaties. I explained you all at that moment by showing map in the classroom even. That Ottoman Emperor was very well knowing that France can give freedom on a social cause to these territories. Already France had given freedom to the Greece. So he was very much fearful, and he had signed a kind of treaty with Austria, Hungary, and Germany. That is why it is written here tactful diplomatic treaties, because Ottoman Emperor came to understand this, that one by one each and every Balkan state will free itself. So Balkans, based on their nationality, history, ethnic identity, claim for the independence or their political rights. Now they started claiming for, as Greece, by remembering its history, birthplace for the Christianity, demanded freedom and a help from the France, and France has provided freedom. Similarly, following the same path, the other Balkan dynasties like Algeria, Albania, Macedonia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Montenegro also started recollecting their memories, their histories, to bring out a sense of common identity to convert themselves into a nation state. They use history to prove that they had once been independent but had subsequently been subjugated by foreign power. Foreign power means Ottoman Emperor. So, Balkan state you can call as a colony of a Ottoman Empire. Hence, each and every Balkan area struggled to become independent nation. First World War. How the very intensified area of Balkan become the highly conflict area for the First World War. Now we'll study this. With the different Slavic nationalist struggle, what was happening in the Balkan areas, and each and every important power rivalries of Europe were interested in controlling these areas, holding these areas within their custody, not to make them a free independent nation. Since these Balkan states were regularly demanding from France to come and help them, but France was not interested. So finally, Ottoman Emperor had signed the treaty with Germany and Austria-Hungary, which very soon resulted on the attack on the Albania, which is next to the Austria-Hungary boundary, which you can see on the map. So during this period, there was an intense rivalry between European powers to control each other's trade, colonies, naval and military might. You know that we have studied about sea wars in 8th class, second chapter, second page, I think third or fourth paragraph is there. So we have studied about this, that these colonizers, whenever they were coming to India, they have a sea wars just to reach to India at first. So they have a fight within each other. Till First World War also this fight was continued, but this time this fight was not for the other part of the world to control the colonies. It was this time to control the Balkan states. Now the question rises here, how much important the Balkan states were? So again I am going to reach in the 7th class history, if you all have studied. Surat was known as the emporium of the western trade. So many Kathiawadi said to big merchant and traders by following land route. They were entering in today's Pakistan, from Pakistan to Afghanistan by crossing Turkey. They were entering in the Balkan states. From there only drop downing their goods, and on retail basis they were entering in the European market to sell out their goods. So these states were very much important for the world trade, in term of world trade. And each and every European power wanted to control the Balkan states, wanted to make Balkan states their colony, not to make them independent nations. So during this period, there was an intense rivalry between European powers to control the Balkan states. Each power, like Russia, Germany, England, Austria Hungary, was keen to control over the Balkans from their sides. And this led to the series of war in this region, and this war very soon converted into the First World War. We studied this, how it became. Actually, Austria and Hungary attacked on Albania, and Albania and Bulgaria, they both had were capable of killing the Duke Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. So take revenge of the death of the Duke. Germany first of all had attacked on Albania. When Germany attacked on Albania, these Balkan states wanted help from France. France was not there to help them, but at least France given them support by telling that France will talk to the Germany about this. So France was there to stop Germany for further wars, but Germany had opened two doors for this fight. One door which it had opened for the Balkan states, and the another door, it is known as a two doors policy in the world history. Another hand, they had opened the another door towards the France. So if you can see on the map, Germany is very next to France. And why it is known as First World War? Because all the war ethics being broken up, which were made up during the old regime time, was broken up in this war. Earlier, even if you all are watching nowadays Mahabharat, or if you all can see Bajirao Mastani, or you all can see Padmavat, You all have seen that battles were performed at a battle place. Civilians were not involved in it. But this was the First World War. Why France was not capable of handling this war at a first step till 1916? Because Germany had broken up the war ethics. The war was not performed at the border place. Common civilians, cities were targeted by the German jet planes. So this was, we can call it that nationalism aligned with the imperialism, which is colonialism, led the world to the disaster in 1914. The European powers and their power rivalries, they were arrogant. They became arrogant with highly profile arms and ammunition, which they have made up. So they were regularly rivals of each other. And rivalry in terms of capturing the trade, capturing the money, naval and military powers of each other. And in this manner, it had happened. Another thing which affected during the First World War to the other part of the world, that was colonies, that during this period, many colonies began to oppose colonizers' domination because Europe was busy in the war and all the financial to resources, everything, raw material, dress, uniform, bags, purse, shoe, food grain, everything was provided to these European powers by these colonies, by their colonies only. So colonies somehow totally altered their economy. You all have studied in 8th class, and you too going to study this in third chapter, Nationalism in India. That First World War had altered the Indian economy. All the export, import, everything was stopped. All the money which was saved in the reservoir was utilized for the war. All the food grain, all the industries run only on the basis of war related goods. So when we can study about India during First World War, we also came to know that really the colonies began to oppose colonizers' domination. The development of anti-imperial movement and the struggle to form independent nation state inspired. Even countries like India do started national movements during this period only. If you remember, Gandhi ji returned in 1915. 1916, it was the First World War time only. Gandhi ji had launched first Satyagraha movement. 1919, British government had issued Rowlatt Act. Jallianwala Bagh massacre, then non-cooperation movement. These were the during the time of First World War, end of the First World War only. So, like how what was happening during this time period due to First World War in India, same thing was happening around the world wherever European colonizers have colonies. So, what these developments were bringing within the colonies people, a sense of collective identity and a pain. If we have sense of collective identity or a common identity as Indian, we have as Indian common pain also. Another point which the colonies getting through the nationalism concept, that was national unity and forced confrontations with imperialism. Thus, European idea of nationalism were replicate everywhere. Means what we have studied, whenever France sneezes, whole Europe catches the cold. It was not only whole Europe. Thus, nationalism concept due to imperialism, whole world had accepted. And the nation state concept came to be accepted as a natural and universal. Stay safe. Thank you. Jai Hind. Hope that you all have understood the chapter because chapter ends from here. One more thing, no map work is there in this chapter.